Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. The Cleveland Browns have been riding a pretty interesting wave lately, and the spotlight is now on their new quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Only 3 starts into his Browns career, and man, has he made waves. It's still early days, but the energy he's brought to the offense is undeniable. The Browns are sitting at 1-2 with Sanders in charge. But what's catching everyone's attention is how much more lively and explosive this offense looks compared to the previous games under Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel. That's a huge deal for this team, especially because the offense has been a bit inconsistent this season. But Sanders' presence seems to be injecting a new spark that Cleveland desperately needed. Now, I want to emphasize that the Browns have decided to keep Sanders as the starter for the rest of the season. That means the coaching staff sees something promising in him, and they're willing to see where this new chapter can take them. Of course, the AFC North is a tough division, and the Browns are about to face a critical test in Week 15 when they go up against the Chicago Bears in that cold, unforgiving Chicago weather. But here's the thing, Sanders will be facing a Bears defense that's not exactly the league's best, ranking 25th in points allowed and 27th in yardage allowed, with over 645 yards surrendered so far this season. That's a golden opportunity for him to showcase what he can do, but it's not without its risks. The Bears are a bit opportunistic. They lead the league with 18 interceptions, and that's the kind of stat that should give any Browns fan pause. Turnovers could be the deciding factor in that game, and Sanders will need to be sharp, smart, and patient out there. But let's not forget, Sanders himself is feeling more confident with each passing week. He's starting to trust his teammates more, which is a crucial component for any NFL quarterback. In an interview earlier this week, Sanders talked about how his footwork is improving and how much coach Kevin Stefanski's praise has helped him settle into a rhythm. That's a big deal because trust and chemistry are everything at this level. Sanders mentioned how developing bonds with his receivers and offensive line has been a game changer, a leap of faith that's paying off. He emphasized that, mentally it's ups and downs, but I tend to stay the same. My footwork and understanding of where my guys are going to be, those are the things that have really improved. It's clear that the Browns are building more than just a quarterback. They're building confidence and cohesion, which could be a key ingredient in their playoff push. Sanders also highlighted the importance of trust on the field. "When I trust, then you get the best out of me," he said. That trust isn't just about personal confidence. It's about the connection with his receivers, the protection from the offensive line, and the overall chemistry that makes a good team great. Despite losing the Week 14 game against the Titans, Sanders threw for 364 yards and ran for 29 yards and a touchdown. That kind of production, even in a loss, shows that he's capable of making a difference. It's not just about the stats, though. It's about the mindset, the growth, and the potential for this Browns team to really take off if Sanders continues to develop. One of the most significant improvements Sanders has made is understanding when to throw the ball away. Coming out of Colorado, there was some criticism that he held onto the ball too long, which could have been a recipe for disaster in the NFL. But he's shown growth in that area while with the Browns. He's learning to recognize when a play is dead, when he needs to abandon ship and live to fight another down. Sanders admitted that sometimes he still gets caught up wanting to make a play, especially when he's feeling the pressure to perform. "Sometimes I just want to win so bad, I want to make something happen," he said. But he's also learning that smart decision-making, knowing when to throw it away, can actually help the team and keep drives alive longer. This development is huge because it shows Sanders is not just a gunslinger. He's evolving into a more mature, intelligent quarterback, which is exactly what Cleveland needs if they want to contend for a playoff run and ultimately, a deep postseason push. He's been putting in the work, and you can see it in the way he's starting to read defenses better, avoid unnecessary sacks, and keep his eyes downfield. That's the kind of growth Browns fans should be excited about. It's not just about the raw talent, though Sanders does have a lot of that. It's about how he's applying what he's learned, how he's becoming more clutch under pressure, and how he's building trust with the guys around him. Now, let's talk a bit about the bigger picture. The Browns are currently sitting in a position where every game counts, and the AFC North is as competitive as ever. The Ravens are still strong, the Bengals are lurking, and the Steelers are always tough. But Cleveland's recent form, especially with Sanders at the helm, gives fans hope that this team can turn things around quickly. The offense, with Sanders' improved decision-making, is trending upward. The defense has been solid, and if the offense can keep pace, the Browns could be a dark horse in the playoff picture. The key will be consistency, minimizing turnovers and making smart plays, things that Sanders is actively working on. In terms of stats, Sanders' 364 yards passing in Week 14 show that he's capable of putting up big numbers, even against tough defenses. His 29 rushing yards and a touchdown also demonstrate that he can impact the game with his legs, a dual threat that defenses have to respect. That ability to extend plays and keep defenses honest is something Browns fans have been craving for years. And with each game, Sanders is gaining more experience and confidence, which could be the difference between an average season and a playoff run. Looking ahead, the Browns will need Sanders to continue this trajectory, especially in those critical late-season games that often decide playoff seeding. The matchup in Chicago will be a test of his growth. Cold weather, a potentially aggressive Bears defense, and the high stakes of a division rival. But if Sanders can keep improving his decision-making, avoid costly turnovers, and build on the trust he's developing with his teammates, Cleveland could be looking at a very promising stretch run. Coach Stefanski's offensive system is designed to adapt and grow with its players, and it's clear that Sanders is embracing that challenge. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent Browns history. The team has talent, a solid core, and now, thanks to Sanders, the potential for a new offensive identity. The fans are hungry for success, and it looks like this young quarterback is starting to deliver on that promise. Browns Nation, we should be proud of how far this team has come and optimistic about what's next. The journey isn't over yet, and with Sanders leading the way, the best could still be ahead. It's a matter of staying the course, trusting the process, and believing that this team has what it takes to make a real playoff run. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Sanders' progress? Are you excited about his growth and what it means for the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Let's go Browns!